How I understand morning anxiety is it's increased worry, rumination, feelings of stress, often more physical symptoms. And what makes it morning anxiety is it dissipates after the morning. One thing that you might know is that cortisol, the stress hormone, is highest in the mornings, and that's to get us going. And when some people understood that, that was really helpful. I have a wonderful Instagram community, and I asked them what their experience with morning anxiety has been like. And a lot of people, almost everybody, said that it dissipated by the time they got present, either at work or their family was up or their day went on. By 8, 9, or 10, it fell away. When I was also looking into some articles around morning anxiety, a lot of them talked about coffee and sugar, exercise, and all of that can be great, but I'm sharing something deeper, and I don't want us to overcomplicate it, because sometimes I was reading articles and it was like 8 things. The last thing we need is more to do. I'm not going to give you a miracle morning. I'm not going to tell you to avoid coffee or avoid sugar or to exercise or to avoid exercise. I really just want you to listen. And I want you also to reflect and see what's true for you. Because if you feel like you feel great drinking coffee, or you know what, you've sometimes tried not drinking coffee and it actually didn't make a difference in your anxiety. That's just information. But if you find that when you drink coffee on an empty stomach, it actually just, you feel jittery, you have more intrusive thoughts, that's information too. If you notice for you that you feel great having a bowl of cereal, great. If you feel great having a cup of coffee and a donut, great. And if you notice, like, you know what, I actually hate breakfast. I just hate it. I love to drink tea. I put a bag of dry cereal and I go to work. Great. I'd be curious rather than having a routine, because what I'm talking about goes deeper into understanding anxiety, understanding where your experience comes from. So I really love how Michael Neal talks about the universal diagnosis, like that all of our problems stem from this universal diagnosis, too much noise in head. How true is that? So simple. Anytime I don't feel good, I know I just have too much noise in my head. I'm just shaken up. That's all it is. I don't need to go and think, did I not get enough sleep? Is it something I ate? Did I drink alcohol last night? Is it too much coffee? Like blah, 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 blah. Like I don't need to analyze. I just kind of know, oh, I got a noisy head. And if there's something else like, oh, I did drink 2 cups of coffee, I'll hear it. I'll know it. And I heard a lot of people talk about when they get distracted, they feel better. And I think distraction sometimes gets a bad rap. But when I think of distraction, I think of getting present. So when we're really lost in our head, and especially like whether it's late at night or super early morning, like our level of consciousness, our state of mind can be lower. It can feel so scary thinking about our kids' health or even, what's going to happen for the day. But then when our family wakes up or we begin work, we get distracted, which means we get present. And when I say get present, it's not like you're like, okay, I got to meditate. I got to just sit here. I got to immediately drop all my thoughts. Like it's not that big of a deal. And that's why I think when people say distracted, that might be kind of cruel, because when it's totally fine to be distracted, especially when we have an understanding. The cure for too much thinking is just to drop our thought, even just for 1 second. And that makes room for something new, a better feeling thought. But it's not something that we have to work at. But it was life-changing for me when I realized that I was 1 thought away from a whole new experience. So what I want to pose is you let the past be in the past. Even if you've experienced morning anxiety for years and years, let tomorrow be fresh and new. Don't think it's always going to be there. Be open to having an insight that can change you from the inside out. Because sometimes people just get in this habit and they just think it's always going to be there. What if it's not? So again, just an invitation to stay present. Let each moment, each day be fresh and new.